dictate what type of evidence would have been looked for around the residence?
I would.
Okay. Now, prior to processing this scene, did you have any information based on being called to the location or the 911 call that there were any other individuals involved that evening other than the defendant and Robert McKernan?
No.
Did you have any indication outside the 911 call and the initial call to the scene as to whom may have fired that particular firearm that was found on that evening?
No, from the call we were aware of who fired that firearm.
Okay, so the 911 call told you who shot whom, correct?
Correct.
All right, and who touched that firearm and who would have used that firearm?
Correct.
Now, sir, you indicated that when you get there first, you do a walk around, correct? Did you walk through the entire residence?
Yes.
All right. Now, I understand it's split level?
Yes.
All right. So when we talk about walking around the entire residence, which part of the split level are we talking about?
I walked through the top level. When you walk in, you go up the stairs or downstairs. I know I just gone upstairs, did a thorough search upstairs, came down, just peeked downstairs just to see, didn't see anything. So my focus was on the upstairs.
Okay. Now, you entered the residence, correct? When you first got there?
Yes.
Was there anything that you observed in the entryway, knowing what you knew, that you took note of?
And nothing right at the stoop there?
Yes.
No, that's nothing I took.
Okay. So nothing drew your attention to that area?
Correct.
All right. And what were you specifically looking for in that area, if anything?
Just any type of disturbance, anything to be, messy or thrown around or on the walls, any holes or anything of that nature.
Okay. And sir, do you recall whether or not you had to move or step over any type of boots or, female ankle boots or shoes in that entryway when you entered?
No, I don't.
Okay. Do you recall seeing any type of ankle boots in that entryway or anywhere on the stairwell as you entered?
I seem to think one of the photos had a pair of shoes, but I don't remember if it was what type it was or anything.
Okay. If I showed you a photograph, would that refresh your recollection?
Yes.
All right. I will show you. It's been previously marked as State Exhibit 3A. Sir, do you recognize that?
Yes.
And what is that a photograph of?
That is the front entryway going down.
Okay. And is that photograph a fair and accurate depiction of the entryway as you recalled it when you entered on December 31st, 2014?
Yes.
All right. I believe you mentioned shoes, so I'll try to zoom in here. Okay. Are those the items you're referring to, sir?
Yes.
All right. If you could circle them for me.
Sorry. A pair of black shoes at that point.
All right. And do you recall what types of shoes they were?
I do not.
Okay. All right. Got the entryway, going up the stairwell. Anything in the stairwell itself that you observed to be a possible evidentiary value in this particular matter?
Nothing on the stairs, no.
All right. Entryway and stairs. Did you observe any blood?
No.
Any type of scrapes on the wall?
No.
Anything knocked over or appeared to be out of place?
No.
All right. Top of the stairs. What did you observe?
We got to the top of the stairs. At the top of the stairs, you could see some bullet casings. As you walked up, and it kind of led towards the kitchen. To the right was a hallway that we found out led to the bedrooms. There's some casings in the hallway, that area. And to the left, as you go up the stairs, was the body of Rob.
Okay, let's go to the right, and you get to the top of the stairs. There's a bathroom to the left, correct?
Yes.
All right. Anything in that particular room that you took note of?
Nothing that I observed to be of value.
Okay. And that room had not been photographed, correct?
Correct.
All right. Continue down the hall. What rooms were down further in the hall?
But on the right side, there's a child's room on the right. Further down the hall, there was another room that looked like just an extra bedroom, clothes and stuff in it. And the far left, at the end of the hall, would appear to be the master bedroom.
Okay. And did you go into all three of those rooms?
Yes.
And did you observe anything in, skipping the master bathroom, okay? Just the bedroom parts itself.
Okay.
Did you observe anything in those three bedrooms that you believe to be of evidentiary value?
No, nothing showed any value.
Okay. Any signs of a struggle?
Not that I saw, no.
Any blood?
No.
Any type of spatter on walls, ceilings, or floors?
No.
Master bathroom. Is anything found in there?
Did find a gun case for we believe the Glock, as it had the receipt for that Glock in it.
Okay. And where was that found?
In the master bedroom, facing into the bedroom on the left-hand back corner is the master bathroom door. As you walk in there, there is a closet in the far left corner, or shelving, and it was on top of the shelf, on the very top shelf.
All right. Now, I'm short, okay? I wear some heels. So when you say it was at the top of the shelf, how high up are we talking?
I was able to reach up there, so I mean I'm 5'10", so
Okay.
I would have been stretched up to grab up there.
Okay. And you were the one that physically reached it?
Yes.
Okay. Now I know Officer Dadisman is pretty darn tall, so that's why I was asking.
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibits 3WW and 3XX. First 3WW. And what does that photograph depict?
This here is the top shelf, where this is the gun case that I've circled.
Okay. And was that photograph taken prior to anything being removed from the shelf?
Correct.
All right. So this was how you found it?
Yes.
All right. And it was removed after being documented, correct?
Yes.
And I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 3XX. What is that a photograph of?
This is the inside of the case after I pulled it down from the shelf, and this is a magazine with ammunition in it that goes into that gun.
Okay, so this is the inside of the item that you saw in State's Exhibit 3WW, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And fair to say those are the only two photographs taken in the master bathroom area, is that correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Were there any other, was there anything else in the master bathroom that you noted of evidentiary value?
No.
And did you observe any blood, signs of struggle, anything like that in that particular room?
No.
Walking back down toward the kitchen area, did you go into the kitchen area?
Yes.
And the kitchen area, did you observe anything you deemed to be of evidentiary value in that particular area?
No.
Was that particular room photographed in any way?
No.
Are there any drawers open, any signs of a struggle, any blood, anything in that particular area?
No.
I will walk you through the kitchen into the living room area.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, the dining room area, if you go through that kitchen. In the dining room itself, what do you recall in the dining room area that of evidentiary value?
We had some shell casings in the dining room area.
Okay. Other than immediately around the body, was there any signs of blood?
Other than around the body, no.
Okay. Any blood spatter?
No.
Any items knocked over or appeared to be disheveled?
No.
Move you to the living room area. All right, so just to, if you're looking at the body, the dining room tables to your right, the living room area to your left, correct?
Yes.
Okay, living room area. What did you find in the living room area?
Against the TV stand, we found the firearm, the Glock 26 gun.
Okay. Other than immediately in the area around the body, did you find any blood?
No.
Any indications of a struggle or items out of place?
No.
Any spatter?
No.
Now, sir, the hallway itself. Did you look at the walls in the hallway?
Yeah, so we walked up and down and looked at them just to check to see if there's anything, again, any pictures knocked off, any holes, anything that would indicate a struggle.
All right. And in that long hallway, did you find any of that?
No.
Did you observe any type of spattering on the walls?
No.
Did you find any dents, scrapes, or markings on the walls in the hallway?
No.
You had mentioned photographs.
Yes.
All right. Now, I'm going to show you. Well, let me ask you this first. Do you recall where in the residence you saw photographs on the wall?
There was some in the hallway of that residence.
Okay. I'm going to show you first, again, what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 3A, entryway, correct?
Correct.
Is there a photograph on the wall in that particular picture?
Yes, here in the,
Okay.
to the right of the door there.
And had that picture been moved or corrected prior to this photograph being taken?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay. State's Exhibit 3E. All right. What does this appear to be a picture of?
This is a picture of the hallway towards the bedroom area, heading towards the living room, kitchen. Kitchen's over here. The exit doors, the stairs are here, and then living room over here, and dining room back here.
Okay. And my understanding is there's a bathroom in this hall, correct?
Yes.
All right. We don't see that door to that bathroom?
No.
Okay. Was that where approximately
Probably about where I was standing at.
standing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to give a distance. And fair to say, and at least in this photograph, there's no photographs that we can see, at least on this area of wall, correct?
On these two areas here?
Yes.
Correct.
All right. Do you see any photographs in a different area?
Here at the entranceway to the stairs, that appears to be a photograph.
Okay. And do you recall that photograph being knocked or moved or down in any manner?
It was how it was when I took a picture of it.
Okay. And then State's Exhibit 3J. What area of the residence is that?
This is the kitchen doorway and the stairs that go down here. And the kitchen here, I moved up a little bit. And again, it's a picture into the living room area.
Okay, and the photographs that you observed that are shown in State's Exhibit 3J?
There's a grouping of photographs here to the right, and then the one that we previously saw on the last screen here to the left.
Okay. Do you recall any other photographs in the hallway area?
I'd have to see pictures just to remember what was all.
Okay. Now, do you recall whether or not any photographs were taken down the hall looking toward the master bedroom?
I believe there was.
All right, I'm going to have you go through State's Exhibit 3YY. 3A, I'm sorry, through 3YY. Just briefly. See if that refreshes your recollection as to the photographs in the direction in which they were taken.
I did not see one in my photographs here. Do you have? Oops, sorry.
That's all right. All right, so fair to say we do not have any photographs facing that particular direction, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, in addition to photographs, you indicated that you created a drawing.
Yes.
When was that drawing created?
Prior to collecting any evidence.
How was it created?
Myself and Investigator Campbell measured. I hand drew out the scene. Obviously, it's not to scale. Then we took measurements of where each item was from the body to these items.
Okay. And showing you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 15, is this the drawing that you're referring to?
Yes.
Okay. And all of the items that you noted are documented in this particular drawing?
All the items that were collected? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, that were collected, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I believe you stated it was not to scale.
Yes.
And does it include personal items, couches, any items that did not give a direction or have an impact on where the items were located?
No, some of the stuff like the dining room table just as a reference. Just.
Okay. And I believe you indicated measurements were taken, correct?
Yes.
All right. And looking at this, looks like there's a long line that goes from the drawing of a foot to the hallway. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is it hard to see?
A little bit.
Okay. And let's see if I zoom in a little bit down here. An angle there. That easier to see?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. And in your drawing, what are the items that are documented in this particular area?
At this point, these items here are shell casings.
All right. And the one that's closest to the bottom,
Here.
is there a number associated with it?
Number 1.
Okay. And what is I see a 105 inches?
Correct.
Okay. And that's 105 inches from what?
From the bottom of his left foot.
Okay. So that line goes all the way up to the foot.
Yes.
Okay. So any indications on your drawing of shell casings, any measurements would be from the location of that casing to the bottom of the left foot?
For this grouping here, all of that line, yes.
Okay.
From the left foot.
And when you say grouping, it looks like in this particular grouping we have numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is that correct?
Yes.
And then grouping 2, where we have 5 and 6 in this location?
Correct. 5 here and 6 here.
Okay. And 5 is how far from the body?
50 inches.
All right. And 6 is?
28 inches.
All right. Now, where were the other, that's the hallway, correct?
Correct.
All right. What was the other area you indicated that you had found some casings?
In the dining room area.
All right. Let's see if we can look in this one. All right. So we have 7, 8, and 9. Let's start with just 7, 8, and 9 first. Okay, can you show us where 7, 8, and 9 are?
7 here, 8 here, and 9 here.
Okay. And then we skip 10. At least, why do you skip 10 when we're talking about the casings?
Number 11 here is also casing. It was later found under his left hip. We didn't observe it when we were first checking the scene.
Okay, so fair to say at least that particular part of your drawing that we're here at State's Exhibit 15 would have been added after the body would have been moved in some manner.
Correct.
Okay. And then 10 You recall what you marked as 10? Or did you mark as 10? I don't see any numbers
I don't see any numbers on here.
Okay. So 1 through 9 and then 11 are the shell casings, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as States Exhibits 4A through J. And then I'll have a few photographs. If you could look at that exhibit, officer. And sir, what are States Exhibits 4A through J?
These are the spent shell casings that we collected.
Okay, and I'm going to show you what has been previously marked as States Exhibits 3H, 3L, 3S, 3V, 3X, and 3BB. Sir, if you could look at these photographs and tell me what those photographs appear to depict.
3H is the first grouping that we spoke of down the hall towards the master bedroom away from the body, labeled 1 through 4. The second photograph is the next two, labeled 5 and 6, that are shell casings. 3S is would be number 7. There's no number next to it on this photograph. 3V would be casing number 8. It's a little blurry. And number 9 under the dining room table. And then number 11 under the hip of the defendant.
And so those photographs indicate the locations of the casings that you identified in States Exhibit 4, correct?
Yes.
And is your drawing a depiction of what is identified in these particular photographs?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we had talked about the measurements for the two groupings, the one down the end of the hall, and then the one in the the kitchen area, correct?
Can you repeat that again, please?
Sure. We talked about the measurements of these two groupings, of the 4 at the end of the hall and the 2 by the kitchen area, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you indicated those are all measured from the bottom of the left foot to the casing.
Yes.
Now, moving up to the dining room area and those particular casings, how were those measured?
7 and 9 here are from the left hip out and up.
Okay, so 7, all right, I know 11 does not have a distance, correct?
Correct, as it was right under the left hip.
Okay. 7, I don't know, can you read the?
22 inches from left hip.
22, okay. 8.
Is 80.
I'm sorry, there is no 8, that was,
Yeah, number 9.
okay, that was inches, okay. Does this number correspond to number 9?
Yes.
All right, and what is that number?
81 inches.
81 inches, okay. Now, on this side of the body, there is an item that is marked and measured, correct?
This item here is not numbered on this photograph, but it is, distance is marked.
I apologize. So it is not marked as an exhibit, in other words, there's no number documented associated with it.
Correct.
Okay, the distance is just simply measured.
Yes.
All right, and what is that item?
It was a cell phone.
All right, and it was measured based upon what area of the body?
His right hip.
All right, and what is the distance?
10 inches.
And up here by the TV stand, what was documented and measured?
The firearm here at 49 inches, and that came from the outstretched right hand, and then straight up.
Okay, so from the hand up straight above?
Yes.
Okay, and that was how far?
49 inches.
49 inches, okay. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 14. Officer, if you could briefly look at this item and tell me what that appears to be.
The Glock 9mm pistol we collected that night.
Okay. And is this the item that was documented in the State's Exhibit 15 that we are looking at right now?
It's drawing 15?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that particular firearm is what you have noted right here in your drawing?
Correct, right here.
Okay. Sir, do you recall how the deceased was dressed when you were documenting this particular scene?
He had his shoes on, jeans, and like a sweatshirt over top of a t-shirt.
Okay. How is his body positioned?
Flat on his back, arms spread out to the sides, feet slightly spread apart.
Okay. And you drew an indication of that position in general here, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, we already talked about the cell phone. What other items do you recall that were located around the body?
Near the cell phone there was a piece of straw, and then there's some other debris up around the head and some dog toys around the area.
Okay. Do you remember any personal items also being found around his body? Do you remember keys?
There's a set of keys, I believe they were up under his shoulder area.
Okay. Those are not documented in your drawing, correct?
Correct.
All right. Do you recall when those were found?
I believe that we found them after we rolled the body with the coroner when he began his checking of the body.
Now, we've talked about the casings, the weapon. Were those collected?
Yes.
All right. The cell phone, was that collected?
Yes.
Was the keys collected? Were the keys collected?
They were picked up.
They were picked
From the
up.
family, yes.
Okay. Was the straw?
No.
Would all items that have been collected been documented in some form or fashion with regards to a search warrant being executed?
Yes.
And how would they be documented?
We give an inventory of what we took from the scene.
Okay. And when you say an inventory, can you describe what you mean by that?
We label each item we're going to take as evidence so we can return it to the judge, knows what we obtained on that search warrant.
Okay. And is that document filed in any way?
Yeah, it's given at the prosecutor's office. They file it then.
Okay, so it all gets turned over to the prosecutors and then they do what they do with it.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 23. You tell me what that appears to be.
It's the police department search warrant inventory for this case.
Okay. And on that particular inventory, the cell phone was documented, correct?
Yes, it was a cell phone.
Are the keys documented?
Yes.
Is the straw documented?
No.
All right. Now, it also appears there are additional items that are documented outside of the gun and the casings. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I know we've already talked about the gun case. Was that documented on that item?
Yes.
All right. Were any items documented that would have been considered personal effects on that particular sheet?
Yes.
All right. And what items would those be?
A wallet, the skull patches, cash, the keys, the cell phone.
And you mentioned cash and skull packets, correct?
Yes.
Does it document where those were found?
Yes, it says in the pockets.
Pockets. Does it say of which objects? The pants, jacket, anything?
No.
Okay.
It says left front pocket and right front pocket.
Okay. Do you recall at the scene going through pockets?
I don't recall. I don't specifically remember going through the pockets.
Okay. And had pockets been gone through, would that document have fairly and accurately depicted your memory at the time when completing that particular form?
Right. That way we wrote it down.
Okay.
They came back. I'm sorry, the screens just went another way.
I know.
Just alerting the bailiff to look into it, but they came back.
I see it out of the corner of my eye. Sir, check that. All right, I'm now going to show you what I previously marked as State's Exhibit 24. If you can tell me what State's Exhibit 24 is.
It's a property receipt for personal property we gave back to the victim, or the Robert McKernan's father.
Okay. And when would that have been done?
After the scene had been processed and we'd gone back to station and, taking all the evidence back to our police department.
Okay. And in looking briefly at this, appears to be signed, correct?
Yes.
All right. And we see your name and title at the top, correct?
Yes.
All right. We have the date this was completed, correct?
Yes.
And what was that?
January 1st, 2015.
And the items that had been turned over to this particular family member, correct?
Yes.
All right. And what were the items that had been turned over to the family member?
Rob's wallet with his ID and some miscellaneous cards. A set of keys with 4 keys on it. The $26.83 in cash and change, and the skull pouches.
Okay. Now, sir, fair to say the straw was not collected and put into evidence, and it was not collected as personal property to be turned over to the family. Is that correct?
Correct.
If that particular item had not been collected for either of those two purposes, what would have happened to that particular item when you left the scene that day?
It would have been left there.
Okay. And, sir, now, almost, 2 years-ish later, after this particular incident, knowing what you know now, would you have collected the straw at that time?
Yes.
And, sir, assuming, for purposes of this question, that you have collected that particular item and turned it over to BCI for testing for narcotics,
Okay.
would the result of any narcotics tests impacted your investigation in any way?
No.
Why not?
I received a report from the coroner's office. There was no drugs noted in Rob's system. The item, just general questions, and it just didn't have any relevance to me at the time, or I don't believe it would have any relevance on this at this point now.
Okay. Now, sir, I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 27. If you could briefly look at this item and tell me what this appears to be.
The cell phone. that we collected from the floor. It was in the last exhibit.
All right, so this is the phone that you had been documenting on your drawing.
Yes.
Now, it's also my understanding at some point in time, you may have collected a phone that belonged to the defendant. Is that correct?
Yes.
And was that an item that was found in the residence when you were investigating this matter?
No.
And would that have been collected after you had processed the scene?
It had been collected by another officer.
Okay. And was it given to you at any particular period of time, if you recall?
It was given to me at some point on station. I don't remember what time exactly it was given to me, but it had been already bagged by an officer and then given to me in the packaging.
Okay. And once it was given to you for packaging, what happened with it?
It's then placed down as evidence and stored until we could obtain a search warrant and
Okay.
have it checked into.
And I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 26. Sir, if you could briefly look at this item, and tell me what that appears to be.
It's the iPhone of Ms. McKernan's that was collected by Sergeant Meyer on that night.
And would it have been documented as collected?
It was collected January 1st, 2015 at 1 a.m.
Okay. And can you please open that item and look at that?
Okay.
And does that item appear to be in a substantially same condition as when you first saw it and took it into evidence on January 1st of 2015?
It would have been sealed, and I would have actually seen the phone itself. But as far as, yes, if it was opened in this packaging, this is the phone that would have been in it.
Okay. You had seen that object since it was originally sealed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And has that item changed in any condition since the last time that you observed that particular item?
No.
All right. So we have gone through, officer, the items at the scene. We've talked about the casings, the gun, and we've got purple. Oh, well. Oh, there we go.
It came back.
That's it. We've got a little rainbow going on.
You may. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to take our morning recess. I think there are several of us who might need to use the facilities, myself included. So we will be doing that and just use this as our natural morning break. So I will ask that you report back to the jury assembly room. We will plan to get you at exactly 11 because it's about 10:47 or 10:48 right now. So please do not discuss the case among yourselves or with anyone else. Do not allow anyone to discuss it in your presence. Do not form or express an opinion on the case until it is finally submitted to you. Take your quick recess and report to the jury assembly room. We'll get you at 11. We are in recess.